Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Dark Rooms podcast. I'm Psychic, and I'm here with Evan and Ozone. We're kind of lacking some people today because, people are busy. But you know what? We're here to talk about, and for real this time, we're actually going to be talking about Tales from the Pizzaplex, which is the brand new Five Nights at Freddy's book series that is coming out midsummer, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Nice. Yep.
It's the time in the series where everybody's kind of like slacking.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't this episode 8?
This is episode 8 of season 2. Yes.
Wasn't episode 8 of season 1 the poor episode with Johnny Blocks?
No, that was episode 7.
Poor episode.
Oh, damn it.
We almost had repeating history.
Yeah. Anyway,
right, so,
we got Evan on here because you do
FNaF books.
you look at them and then go like, that's cool.
Yeah.
So
I actually started working on one yesterday.
Let's start off with how we're feeling about the fact there are now 5 confirmed Tales from the Pizzaplex books. Because if you hadn't known, this week both the listing for number 4 and number 5 have been found.
Yeah, I don't think there's any information on them yet, just that they exist.
Yeah, just they exist.
Yeah.
So, do we think that there are only going to be 5?
Probably not.
Nah.
I think someone in Ozone server, I don't remember who it was, but I think they pointed out like in the interview with Steelwool that there was a bunch of books in the background and they said there's the same amount as Fazbear Frights. I feel like they wouldn't have had all the books ready yet, so I'm not sure about that, but hey, it's possible.
Also,
maybe they were just like models for it or something.
I don't think if they were models because if you look at Haps and Somnophobia, which are the 2 books that are the second and third book, you see that the Tales from the Pizzaplex logo is actually like blue and yellow in those books, so they're not all red, and the screenshot from the interview was all red.
Yes. Yep. They could be just placeholders.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if they would do that to tease something. So like.
Yeah, I mean, it could have just been like a small teaser or something,
right.
But I don't know.
I don't know. It's so far in advance.
I think if we get a 6th book, I think it's confirmed that they're going to be 12. But I think either 5 or 12 is likely, leaning more towards 12.
I think it will be 12.
I wonder if there will be scrapped stories again.
Well, the other thing is we do have confirmed epilogues now.
Yes, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
So the epilogues are some of the best parts of Fazbear Frights because they linked a bunch of the stories together, and also probably linked the books to the game. So we don't have to talk about that right now.
No, don't even talk to me about that.
Not today.
I'm the one person you don't talk to about that.
Anyways, as I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted. Yeah, so the listing for Lally's game, which is the first Tales from the Pizzaplex book, got a page update from like 220 pages to 242 pages, if I remember correctly.
Oh, really?
And,
something like that.
So people are like, okay, I guess it's now confirmed that they're going to be epilogues.
Yeah, because it's like the extended part of the book. Because the epilogues are usually like that, about that length, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like between 10, 15, 20 pages.
Yeah. They vary a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the second to last one had like literally like 50 pages.
Oh yeah,
I don't think it was that many.
Very long.
I think the 8th one though was like really short. Like it had like
it was Puppet Carvers actually. Puppet Carvers was the short one.
Was it Puppet Carvers? Oh yeah, I think it was. It was. I'm pretty sure it was just the one between them 2 talking, so it wasn't that much to.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't that much.
It was really filler. It was filler.
Yeah, but it also gave some exposition as to what's going to happen in the future.
So, do we think that any characters are going to be brought over from the Fazbear Frights series?
I don't know.
Potentially.
Maybe.
Well, unlike Evan, I think that the Fazbear Frights are connected to their games.
Yeah, I really don't, but like some characters and some stories could happen in the games, or like similar versions of stories could happen in the games, or something like that. I guess.
Okay,
like,
so
Like something like coming home could happen in the games, but not exactly the same as in the book, I guess.
Here's the big question then for you. Do you think Tales from the Pizzaplex will be more connected to the games?
I feel like it would be, because it's kind of just like what it just says in the description. It says it's in the world of the newer games. But I mean, I still feel like there would be parallels anyway, though, considering the name of, like, the description of the second story. It mentioned like a double life, which I think definitely connects to Vanessa.
Lally's game second story is about a girl named Jessica who works at a children's hospital.
Yeah,
and it says she leads a double life.
We'll get onto that.
I think the title was revealed for that story too.
What was I going to say? I think Tales from the Pizzaplex is literally just the Fazbear Frights formula redone, which I really like.
Just like,
and I agree with.
It's funny to hear you say that, Ozone, because I remember when they first came out, you were like against that.
No, I'm not against that. I'm against the fact that people are calling it Fazbear Frights number 2.
Oh,
it's like it's still a completely different thing.
Well, yeah, it's a different thing, but yeah, they are similar.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, I'm very excited for these. I know Ozone is,
and me as well. I am as well.
I'm so excited.
So let's start like talking about like, I mean, we talked about Lally's game in like a couple episodes ago. We don't really have much more.
Well, something has changed since then. Frailty. Should we talk about that?
Right. We got the book title for Frailty. So also real quick, I didn't ask this last time, but some of the and even more now with the like Haps and Somnophobia, some of the title or some of like the stories on the back don't really seem to match the title of like the cover story. So
it's just using the it's just using the cover for the first one as a placeholder so that it doesn't spoil the description for us.
What?
Well, I'll show you the photo.
No. Oh, basically. Are you talking about the picture of Somnophobia with the back of it?
Yeah.
I was talking about how like we've got the back cover for Somnophobia and Haps, and some of the stories don't seem to like match up with the cover. And I was wondering, are we? Is it possible that the cover story won't be the first story in each book?
I think I talked about this. Like a lot of the times when I do news videos, I do it like on a call with some of my friends, and like I think we talked about it in my video on the descriptions for the books. We talked about how like I think it was story 2 of book 2 looked like it could be like the actually the first story.
Yeah,
like it would match up more with the first story. The tube maze, and I think that. It's kind of similar to like I think we thought that could connect to like the background, because it kind of looks like a big like kind of it kind of looks like the area that DJ Music Man goes into a little bit.
Right.
I see what you mean. Okay.
So do we want so besides do we have anything else to say about Frailty before we move in? Because I think now's a good time to talk about the back covers of the books.
When we were talking about the descriptions, I think it was Krakoa who brought up the definition of frailty is like being like weak or delicate or something.
Yes,
and that could tie into the beginning of the second trailer, like the official trailer for like the gameplay trailer from February for Security Breach. Like Afton's voice lines in that.
Yeah, the voice lines that never made it into the game.
Which were cut by the game, yeah. I'm still holding out hope that like some of the scrapped content in the trailers could be like in a DLC or something.
Mm-hmm.
But like as of now, they're cut from the game. But it could tie into that, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Krakoa was saying.
I just don't know what the word frailty has to do with the story. It's a very weird word. It's like too complex.
It's a little bit
and like it's to do with like the story itself is to do with like a hospital, a children's hospital, a children's ward in a hospital, and like two personalities like Vanny and Vanessa, So like, what does
Yeah.
that have to do with frailty?
I think it's gonna be like it could just like relate to just Vanessa in general, just her
Yeah,
character.
I understand that.
All right.
I don't know.
Shall we move into the descriptions because these are exciting?
Yes, for number
All right.
2.
Let's start. I'll start with Haps. So, Haps, Five Nights at Freddy's: Tales from the Pizzaplex 2. Have you ever wanted so badly, even though you shouldn't? Steve's dream of a video game programming career and starting a family led him to take a job that seems too good to be true. Aiden and Jace can't resist scaring some young kids in the tube maze of Freddy Fazbear's Mega Pizzaplex, and all Billy wants is to become the perfect ideal of what he knows he really is, an animatronic. From the world of Five Nights at Freddy's, be careful what you wish for. So, lots of interesting stuff there. Let's go one at a time. So, video game programming career. We got another prankster in the flesh type story.
Yeah, maybe that could relate to Vanessa as well.
Maybe.
I was thinking arcade
like,
machines as well.
Right, because of all the
have to do
arcade
with that.
machines. I heard. I don't know if it might have been Ozone who said this, but I heard someone say maybe Princess Quest.
Maybe the thing is with this is it relates to the cover probably, so it's to do with Haps, I assume.
Right, and this is the main reason why I brought up earlier if the cover stories are the first stories.
I do think they are. I don't know why they would change that. I know they changed the breaking wheel, but that was because it was too gory.
Yeah.
I like the original Breaking Wheel cover. The original Breaking Wheel cover was cool. You gotta admit.
It was pretty cool.
It wasn't because it was too gory. It was because it was too scary. I think he said.
Well, yeah. I mean, scary, gory. Some kind of the same.
I mean, I think he literally said it wasn't because it was too gory. It was specifically because it was scary. Like in the post, I think he said that. But I mean, it might have changed. Who knows? It could be. I just find it interesting that the cover has it like a split down the middle. One side's really damaged, the other side's like completely happy and fun.
And this is help is on the way.
You'd imagine that to be something like frailty. Do you guys remember? You're gonna Step Closer. I was always like, Dance With Me is a much more fitting title. No, Step Closer is a much more fitting title for Dance With Me. Because it's like it's literally Laura taking a step closer. Like, what does Step Closer have to do with Step Closer? The story.
It doesn't make sense. Pete took steps closer to death, as we all should aspire to.
No.
I read this story recently, and I can confirm that is not the case, Psychic.
It should have been called like an Eye in an Arm or something. Like.
Yeah, Step Closer.
That would be a little bit more of a fitting title.
I feel like they throw you off a little bit sometimes, so it may not be. I mean, we know Haps is the animatronic name. I'm pretty sure, but like, it doesn't tell us much.
Yeah,
it'd be strange.
Yeah. Do you stream a video program? Yeah, the big thing there is video game programming. I did say it was to do with Haps, but what does that have to do with video game programming?
Yeah,
Haps could be like the video game, I guess. Although it would be.
He could be like the literal video game character or something.
Although he isn't a video game programming person, that's his dream, and so it leads him to take a job that seems too good to be true.
That's why I kind of think it could be about Vanessa-ish, because it seems too good to be true. So it's like it seemed on the outside like what he wanted to do, but it's only kind of related to that, and it's like something a little bit different, if that makes sense.
It's also like Vanessa didn't have the qualifications, but she still got the job.
Yeah, that too.
Right, because didn't she get someone high up in the company or something?
Yes.
Yeah, which is still kind of sus.
Kind of sus, not gonna lie.
Dr. Little.
Sauce. All right. Anyway.
So Aiden and Jace can't resist scaring some young kids in the tube maze of Freddy Fazbear's Mega Pizzaplex. Okay.
My question:
Yeah.
Why can't they resist scaring some young kids?
Because it's probably like a jerk character. You know, like how like Matt or Chris or what's his face?
Alec a little bit.
Yeah, Alec, yeah. A lot of the kids were bullies.
Jessica!
Bring me Jessica!
That's kind of something else I wanted to bring up. The fact that like there's some repeating names again in Tales from the Pizzaplex that there already were in Fazbear Frights.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
Jessica's dead, man.
Yeah, I know, right? And
That's
there's
why it's
also
frailty.
Sam
Because she's like, what, dead?
Somnophobia.
Yeah, and she's got two personalities, Jessica and Brittany.
Oh my gosh, we've cracked the case!
I'm in the child ward.
Oh my god. Oh my god, guys, I
Ozone,
solved FNaF 4.
Ozone, you gotta give Jessica the Jessica voice in the story.
Oh, I will.
Oh god.
Thank you.
And the other personality will have like a really deep voice.
Guys, I've solved FNaF 4. What if Vanny is Cassidy and Vanessa's the bite victim? Golden duo, Vanessa duo.
I love it.
Frailty is just Moon Knight. It's just a plot of Moon Knight. It's like
Good
one
show.
of them is really innocent. Like, what is happening? And the other's like a killer.
Yeah.
Give me the gun. I will shoot them.
Yeah. Jessica just falls asleep and wakes up to like lungs and hand. It's like, which child did I take this from?
It's like, how did this happen?
Anyway,
Also,
back to Aiden and Jace.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I do want to point out that Aiden is a name that we've seen before.
Yes.
Yeah, it was Colton's
tickets.
younger cousin, I think, right?
Yep.
Was it his cousin?
It was his cousin.
Yeah, cousin.
Yeah, it was his cousin.
The thing about it, I don't think it's the same Aiden because Aiden was like the nice kid in Jump for Tickets.
Yeah, I don't think any of them will be the same character. I think it's just another case of repeating names.
Of course.
If we were to only get, like a repeating character, it would have to be in the epilogue.
Oh my god!
Probably.
Imagine if some of these stories paralleled to Fazbear Frights.
God,
that would be hilarious.
Parallel. Oh god!
It's like there's a reference to Coils the Clown.
We love
Coils Oils.
Coils
That reminds me
Oils.
of my April Fool's video. I called Circus Puppet Coils the Clown.
Oh yeah, I didn't watch that. What did you do for?
I did a totally serious, objective FNaF timeline. Objectively correct FNaF timeline. And I said Elizabeth, the 4-year-old, is the player of Sister Location, which is the second game in the timeline, and she gets scooped and possesses Circus Puppet Baby. And Circus Puppet Baby's name is actually Coils the Clown.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I want someone
probably
to
the best
design a
video I've ever
Coils
made.
Circus
Meanwhile,
Baby.
my April Fool's was just School Milk, the sequel. One of my most popular videos for some unknown reason. The sequel.
School Milk.
And you spilt the milk.
Yeah, I spilled the milk. It was funny though. I like people looked at me and I'd be like, oh shoot, like it was an accident. Because I mean, how crazy would I look if they saw me just spill my milk on purpose?
Yeah.
I was very happy with my April Fools.
Oh yeah,
I did
yours
two
was
things.
great. Yours was great. The book leak, the book leak, and then the Tales from the Pizzaplex 1 audiobook.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant, yeah.
Hold on.
The book leak was just like an 8 a.m. thought, like, oh, I should do this, and it worked.
I like how people.
Book 2,
Yeah.
the Supreme Freddy Files,
Supreme Freddy Files.
Fazbear Frights graphic novel 3, containing excruciatingly detailed drawn versions of the breaking wheel in the flesh and pizza kit.
Honestly, I'm kind of interested what they'll do with those stories.
Fazbear Frights.
I think that was the point. That was the point, Psychic. Come on. You know, I find it funny that people in the comments of that post were just like, he had us in the first half, not gonna lie.
Someone was like, oh, I reckon these could be real, especially 50 Shades of Purple. And I'm like,
Oh my god, I'm literally.
You know what 50 Shades of Grey is?
Yeah, I'm looking at a comment right now on the post. You have no idea how excited I am for 50 Shades of Purple. Sad face, corn emoji.
Corn oh, that's gotta be like Yankee or someone. Corn is like a meme.
Brian
Ozone
Yanko,
server.
yep.
Oh, yep, yeah, okay. He was.
It was Yankee.
Okay,
I had
wasn't
people
serious.
like, I'm so excited for Diary of Chris Afton.
Diary of Chris.
And of course the best one, we see a colouring book on its way starring over 50 images of the puppet. With the book we will also receive lemon and lime coloured crayons.
Yeah, I read that. I was like, yes.
Alright.
Puppet.
Do we want to get back on track? 'Cause
Right.
we haven't even touched homophobia yet.
April Fool's Day was great.
Oh, it was. Okay.
Yeah.
Last story. All Billy wants to do is become the perfect ideal of what he knows he really is. An animatronic.
Oh god, oh no.
Gregbot!
Do you guys actually believe Gregbot? I actually don't know. Do you guys?
I believe Greg Bot.
Yeah, I think at this point it's pretty likely.
I think
But-
I'm like 50-50 on it. I don't see any like definitive evidence on it, but I don't see anything really going against
Okay,
it either.
here's where I am. I definitely think Gregory is a robot. I am
Okay.
not sure
Fair enough.
entirely about Brian Child, Michael Afton, Elizabeth Afton. I still feel like that's very odd and like out of place.
I agree.
But I do think Gregory is a robot.
Yeah.
Definitely because Gregory was a missing child.
Or yeah, he seems to be. Yeah. I definitely see it as possible. I think people hate on the theory too much, more than it like should be hated on. It's just like something for me that's just like it's possible, but it doesn't need to be true. Like I'm not completely confident that it is true. I guess.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I think we were all like that at one point as well.
Mm-hmm. Like I
Honestly,
like
I don't-
when I
Like, I don't
before
care.
MatPat's. Sorry, go on. Yeah, you don't care.
I just don't care. Like, I'm not like, I'm gonna be so upset if he's a robot. Like, why is he got, why?
He's a
Like,
robot. He must be, or else I quit FNaF.
yeah, it's like, I feel like, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I feel like people take it a little, like theorizing a bit too seriously.
Yeah, I like to have fun with it rather than like be like I'm quitting FNaF if BV5th is true. Like no, like I don't care that much.
Yeah, have you seen our podcast? We make so many dumb theories. It's insane.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like,
You guys want to talk about Puppet Duo?
Puppet Duo.
No.
Think about it. Coils the Cloud is the puppet. There was a soul in it before Colton, and then Colton got it. Puppet Duo is canon. Jump for Tickets is a parallel. And I've been kicked. I'm back.
Oh,
What's up?
Okay. The lime stripes represent one kid and the lemon stripes represent the other.
Yes.
We solved FNaF. We just solved FNaF.
Yes. We've done it.
Back on topic again.
Yes.
So yeah.
So how are we feeling about Haps
Billy
as a book?
What do you guys think like the third story could mean? Like, do you think it would be about Gregbot, or do you think it would be about something else?
Definitely. I mean, it doesn't say Billy as a child, but it's definitely got some sort of parallels to someone who thinks that they're a human is actually an animatronic. It's like
he knows he's an animatronic.
no, he thinks he's an animatronic. Well,
it says what he wants to become the perfect ideal of what he knows he really is.
he knows he's an animatronic, but he doesn't appear as an animatronic.
Yeah.
It's weird because we don't really know like if he actually is an animatronic. Because like he's like, it could just be like, oh, I really want to be an animatronic,
true.
so I'm gonna think that I am. Like
Yeah.
kids who are like
it could be something like that.
They're like, he's like, I mean, for all we know, Billy identifies as an animatronic.
Oh my god! I am identifying as a certified animatronic.
Certified. Something I found. Oh god. I identify as an animatronic because
No.
I want to.
Oh. Okay. I meant like imagine a story where it's like Billy's like, I know I'm an animatronic. Oh no, my arm's broken. Do. Cut off my arm, take someone else's arm, put it on. Yay, I'm all fixed. But actually, he's human. It's like
Oh gosh.
he's been killing people.
It would
whatever.
It'd be like that one thing we were talking about. He told me nothing.
He told me.
He told me nothing.
You remember that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it could be like that story that we made up.
Anybody else kind of find it a little bit suspicious that the kid's name is Billy, though, aka William?
Oh
Ayo.
god.
Oh gosh.
It could just mean nothing, but
Imagine
it is a little bit strange, though.
Imagine they give us a character named William in one of these stories. Like,
Oh god. Like,
Little William.
I mean, there's been
Willie.
people named Bill, but like they never like refer to them as William,
mean,
except
right, but
William
we never
himself.
we never like ever see anybody named Bill or Billy or anything.
Right, and I feel like
We
in
see
these
somebody
stories,
named Bill in Fazbear Frights,
Well, we hear about them, but we don't actually see them.
except in Step Closer.
Do we?
Yeah, Pete's dad is named Bill, and they go on the fishing trip.
Oh,
I remember that now.
Like he's literally like part of the story.
I forgot about that. I'm a little dumb. Sorry.
No, I only read Step Closer recently. That's the only reason I know his dad's name is Bill. So
What was I gonna say?
I don't know. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I find like a lot of the time names don't really matter that much. Like,
Yeah.
we did have things like Susie, which was kind of cool, but it was like a very different Susie, which confused everyone.
I mean, it's still the same-ish Susie, but also a different Susie.
Yeah.
Yeah. It represents the same Susie, but it's not the same Susie. Like,
It's
Yeah,
Nightmare
it's
Susie.
it's still a parallel, even though they have the same names.
did you just say Nightmare Susie?
Okay, let's move on to
Nightmare Susie.
somnophobia. Let's move on to somnophobia. Okay,
I'm
so
gonna have some phobia after that comment.
for those of you who have somehow gone the last last week in the FNaF community without learning what somnophobia means, because everybody's been saying it, somnophobia is the fear of falling asleep and staying asleep. So
Yeah, like just never waking up.
which, you know, is an actual scary thought, but we're not going to talk about that.
I mean, yeah, fair enough.
So the synopsis of the book is, what are you running from? Sam is afraid of just about anything and everything that's unhealthy ever since his father died. Something about Springtrap costume in the role-playing area of Freddy Fazbear's Mega Pizzaplex chills Luca to the core. And Gray's fear of being trapped in small spaces makes working as a Pizzaplex technician extremely challenging. But in the world of Five Nights at Freddy's, our deepest fears have a way of chasing us.
Yeah.
I love all of them.
They're so good. They're so
I'm so
good.
excited for this.
They do. This book looks like it would be really good, just based on the descriptions. If I were to if I had to guess, I feel like this would be the best of the three. But like, who knows yet? They could be executed really poorly.
Yeah.
I mean, true. Yeah.
But like, just based on the descriptions, they seem really cool.
So
Everything that's unhealthy since his father died.
So let's get the elephant out of the room real quick. Sam is being called the duffel bag kid from Security Breach.
Probably, yeah, because it had daycare connections as well.
So for those of you who don't know, in Security Breach there was a duffel bag, which was how you got lore in the game. That basically was from a mother saying, "My kid can't sleep at night after complaining of night terrors after staying at the daycare." And people who think that these books are directly canon to the games are like, "Yeah, it's that kid," which, you know, I'm not fully convinced that the stories are completely canon to the games yet, but you know, some people will like swear by that.
Yeah, I mean, even if they are in the games, I feel like it wouldn't directly be him. But I mean, who knows? It could be, but
I guess it could be. But
it is relating to Moon anyway, so it's definitely possible. But
I just don't think the books are. I think people are going to go into the books expecting them to be like 100% canon to the games, and they're going to be severely disappointed.
Yeah, probably.
I'm not going to do that, but I do think it is going to be the same kid. I don't think there's any way really of telling But I think just the fact that some kid is having night terrors after going to the daycare, probably like that's 2 connections already. It's like,
yeah, it definitely
connected.
could be.
But the thing is, Ozone, it could also just be like Moon has this like I don't know, aura or power where any kid that stays at his daycare is like gonna have some issues, you know?
Yeah, I know, and that
Maybe-
could easily happen in the game.
Maybe it is a different kid in that, and it is something like that. Like it's a lot of kids like that, but Sam specifically, it's because his father died that he's so scared of it. I guess, like that's probably what got him more scared of it than everybody else could have been.
Right.
I guess.
I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, I'm not
This is
gonna
like-
go into the. I'm sorry.
You go first.
Go on. Okay. I'm not gonna go into the books like expecting there to be massive lore reveals and everything confirmed. Oh yes, this is true, and this is most definitely not true. Like I'm not just gonna expect it to confirm whatever we want it to. Like I'm not gonna manipulate evidence and be like, oh yes, this is how it works. But like I'm not gonna expect a lot of lore, but I'm still gonna go looking for it because that's just what I do
Right.
when it comes to books.
Right.
But that like if I don't find anything, I don't find anything. Doesn't
Right.
really matter that much. I mean, if as long as they're good stories, then I'll be happy with it.
I know.
That's the mindset we will have.
Yeah, I am. I love Fazbear Frights, and I'm just super excited for these.
Yeah, me too.
They got
I
me
think we
back
all
into
are.
reading. I've said this many times, but
Yep.
like
Yeah,
the fact that they also have somewhat lore in them as well is great.
yeah. Psyche, what were you gonna say?
Just like, yeah, I've also like, I don't really read a lot outside of school.
Yeah.
But
I barely read in school.
yeah, it's
I don't go
these
to
books
school.
like I'm excited for these books. Like I'm like counting down the days till the next book comes out, and it's sad that
Oh really?
for
How
sure-
many days left?
What?
You're counting down the days. How many days are left?
17.
17.
That's wrong.
That's
until
bull.
Felix the Shark.
Yeah.
Well, 17 days till
Goddamn
Felix the Shark.
Felix the Shark. Oh my god.
Also, can I? Okay,
How is it
it's
delayed?
annoying that it got delayed
like
again.
50 times. It was ready like 6 months ago.
Yeah. So it got delayed till April 5th, and they're like, you know what? Let's give it 2 more weeks. April 19th.
I don't know.
It's like, what's the point? It's already ready.
I don't know. it's so random.
It's so weird.
Oops.
They're probably going to end up pushing these back as well. Tales from the Pizzaplex.
Yeah, the release schedule of
Wouldn't be
these has been
surprised.
really weird. It's like a 1 month wait, then a 3 month wait, then a 1 month wait, then a 3 month
Yeah.
wait.
It's going to
Yeah.
be more consistent. I believe Fast for Frights was once every 2 months, right?
Yeah, every 2
Yeah,
months.
Once every like 2 months and like a couple days sometimes.
Yeah. It was generally consistent.
It was like every
Yeah.
It was the first Tuesday of every other month. That's how it was.
Right. Anyway,
And then we'd
Back to
push
the-
out a very delayed Darkrooms episode on it.
back to Somnophobia.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's not talk about the delays.
Sam is something we've seen in Blackbird.
Oh my god. Must be the same one.
Also, I just came up with a really random theory.
Go ahead. Please tell us.
Tell us.
Okay, this is book number 3, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Somnophobia. Book number 3 in Fazbear Frights was 1:35 a.m. Would you agree that Delilah in 1:35 a.m. had somnophobia?
Kind of.
No.
Now, also, book number 2 is called Haps. Book number 2 in Fazbear Frights was Fetch, right? Imagine if they have the same kind of premise where like both of them are trying to be helpful, but
Oh no.
end up like killing people.
Oh no.
So, first of all,
No, I don't
Delilah
sleep for
wanted-
Lally's game, but
the thing is, Delilah wanted sleep. Like, that's all she wanted to do.
she got to a point where she was going crazy because at 1:35 a.m. every night she was
had night
waking up
terrors.
to this doll on night terrors or whatever. So
But
she was
God.
still kind of scared of falling
Sam
asleep.
parallel?
But she wasn't scared
Sam
of
Parallel?
staying asleep. She wanted to stay asleep.
No, somnophobia isn't the fear of falling asleep and staying asleep.
Yeah, it
It's the
is.
fear of either.
Either?
I
Hold
think.
on,
I don't know.
let's Google
Maybe,
it.
maybe
Let's
you're right.
GTS.
Maybe you're
Isn't
right.
isn't it just the fear of like never waking up?
Somnophobia, the fear of falling asleep and staying asleep.
It says somnophobia is the fear of falling asleep.
And staying asleep.
Oops. Fear of falling asleep and staying asleep. Many people experience this fear at one time or another during their lives.
It says somnophobia is the phobia of falling and or staying asleep at night.
Right, so
Delilah.
we argue over the weirdest things. We always argue over the weirdest things.
Okay, wait. Hang on. Listen to this. If somnophobia... Wait. What is the fear of falling asleep then? Just falling asleep.
Why did
If
you get a different
somnophobia isn't-
definition?
Hmm?
Hold on, this other computer says somnophobia causes extreme anxiety and fear around the thought of going to bed.
Yeah.
Why is
it's
that
not
a different
necessarily
definition?
staying asleep. It can be staying asleep, but like...
There's
What
so many
is the
different
fear
definitions.
of falling asleep.
Alright, I guess you're right.
Somnophobia. What is the fear of staying asleep?
Who cares, Ozone? Who
Somnophobia.
cares?
We've
I
dug
don't know.
ourselves into this whole work. We have to either dig down.
That's my
whatever.
theory. I feel like maybe Phasma Frights and Tales from the Pizzaplex
All
could
of
be
the
somewhat connected.
Premises.
But,
That'd be funny,
no, I
Ozone,
don't know.
but Fazbear
Oh,
Frights
God.
already had like people like, oh, this is another In the Flesh story, or this is another To Be Beautiful
Yeah.
story. So I really
Yeah.
don't think they should do that.
And, like every second story was like a body swapping story or whatever, and then blah blah blah.
A lot of the second stories, yeah. Or had something to do with either FNaF VR or Ennard.
Speaking of second stories,
Oh god.
Okay, something about the Springtrap costume in the role-playing area chills Luca to the core.
why is
Oh,
there a
boy.
Springtrap costume?
Why is there a role-play section?
I read this the first time. I just thought of like a children's onesie. And then everyone's like, a Springtrap costume. Oh my god, a Springlock suit in the role playing area. What the heck? And I was like, I thought it was a onesie though. And
True.
It was like a Springlock suit. Like, I don't see why there
It
would
could
be
be
a Springlock suit. It really could be either, but
Is
like, I
Five Nights
question
at
why
Freddy's
they're even...
appropriate for 10-year-olds?
True.
I didn't ask.
I think
Anyway.
the
What?
Springtrap costume. I feel like it's not a suit,
Yeah, it says
it's-
because it says costume.
Yeah.
and
not
it's a
gonna be-
role playing area anyway.
It's not gonna be an actual Springlock suit.
And people know about Springtrap.
Yeah, which is weird because
I mean, he's in FNAF AR too,
I guess.
FNAF
Which is-
FNAF VR.
which is confusing as to why they still give him skins, even if he's not intended to be there. That's really weird.
It is really weird.
Maybe they're just setting them on fire, and then they're like, no worries here. We're just calling this one Flaming Springtrap."
They
No,
dress
you
one up
worry.
as a clown. They're just like, I'm calling this one Thick Trap. I mean, Clown Thick Trap.
Thick trap.
Thick trap.
Thick Trap.
Buddy, the buddy.
Oh.
Thick Trap. Oh, my favorite skin. Anyway.
So
Oh my
what's gonna
gosh.
happen in this story? Is Luca gonna like dress up as Springtrap, and then Springtrap is gonna like, or Glitchtrap is gonna like infect their mind?
What I was thinking was something similar to that. It would be like maybe Luca like has friends, unlike most people, and like his friends like
True.
dare him to try it on or something. Did you just say true?
Yeah.
Okay. Like maybe his friends like dare him to try on the costume or something.
Wait. So
And-
it's a bit like the
and,
new
like-
kid, which is in the third book.
Or
God. Oh,
I was
no.
thinking more like FNAF 4, where it's like, oh, let's do this little prank and I guess that was.
Yeah, but this one doesn't result in death.
It'll probably result in death.
No.
I mean, it'll probably result in death, but like,
Wait, guys,
like from the prank specifically.
Here's how the story will go. It
If
says
it
that
even
the Springtrap costume shows him to the bone. He's gonna walk in. So Luca walks into the Pizzaplex. He looks at the Springtrap costume. He's like, "That's creepy." He leaves. The end. Did you guys?
Canon.
The story is called Luca.
100% canon.
Just Luca. Luca leaves. That's the story.
How long have we been going for?
Luca, man.
40 minutes.
Nice. Okay. I mean, he walks into the Pizzaplex, looks at the Springtrap costume immediately. Like, what's it at the entrance? And then all of a sudden he's like, "That's creepy. I don't want to be here. Bye." And he goes home to his mom.
Bye.
His mom's just like, "Why you come home so fast?" And he's just like, there was a onesie on the floor, and I was like, it was terrifying, so I want to leave.
Mom,
and then his mom's like, "It's a onesie."
It looked at me.
the onesie looked at me.
Now, there better be a Roxanne Wolf roleplay in the role-playing area of Freddy
So I
Fazbear's Mega
swear,
Pizzaplex.
no. Oh, so no.
Evan left.
Okay.
Imagine if there's if they mentioned there's like a white bunny costume. That'd be interesting.
Oh no.
Oh no.
What
Oh,
if
that would
it's
be
not
sick, actually.
Springtrap? What if it's not Springtrap?
That would be really cool.
They
Oh,
call it
God.
Springtrap, but it's just a bunny, a white bunny.
What
It's
if this
just
is
Vanny.
like part of Vanny's plan to like bring Springtrap back? I don't know.
Maybe
I'm just trying to make
Luca's one of the
connections.
missing kids.
It's weird because of like how like it's like we're like, oh, let's see how this connects to security breach when we barely know what security breach is because it's so confusing.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of the main characters of these stories were like the missing kids. I wouldn't be surped if that were the case.
So
I imagine there'll be at least one story where it's like
I
the
have a
kid is
question
missing.
to ask you guys once we finish the last story. So anything else about Luca's little adventure?
I don't think so.
No, not really. It's just I'm very excited for that one. That's
Yeah.
the most exciting one to me.
I just wonder where the role playing area would be.
In a level 10 door.
In a
Oh,
level
yeah.
10 door. Only
A
the
security door.
The security door.
Yeah. The role playing area is only for security.
Speaking of, what do you guys actually think those level 10 security doors are?
They're nothing. They're roadblocks.
Yeah.
Just
I
like
mean,
just
it
like
could
in the
be
canon,
messy,
what do you
but-
think they would be?
I don't know.
I feel like they would be like, I mean, Freddy says that we can get to like all the areas of the Pizzaplex from the utility tunnel, so I feel like it could be like the connectors to that or something.
Maybe.
I feel like that would make sense since there's a level 12 security door down there, so maybe that 12 security door leads to like all the different areas.
I couldn't tell you.
It's
I have no idea.
I have the picture pulled up on Discord and like everything around the picture's gray, and I looked at like the conversation, like the list of like DMs, and I thought Inky's name had changed to Frick You. I just wanted to say that. I read Inky's name as Frick
Fricky
You.
Frick.
Fricky Frick.
Right.
All right. So the last story is I just closed it.
last
Grady's
story sounds like Room
so
for-
Grady
which is
has
in the third book.
claustrophobia.
Oh my
and
God,
he's
shut
working as
up,
a
Ozone.
technician. Grady has
he has-
claustrophobia, but he's also a technician. Maybe a Music Man story? The little mini Music Man?
I was thinking Music Man's, yeah.
Mini Man?
Like a vent story,
Okay,
Vent
which is
like
which
Among
is
Us?
yeah, like Room for One More.
Like Sussy Among Us?
God. Oh God, Among Us.
Among Us.
Clean vent task origin.
Clean task.
Clean vent task origin. Okay. My idea was very different. It could very well be about the mini music band, but my idea was very different. I think we talked about it. I think I talked about it on one of Ozone's theory live streams. Okay, remember Kids Cove in FNaF 2 was Mengel's area? and
Yeah.
there's Kids Cove and Security Breach,
Mhm.
and there's 2 different Mangle levels from FNaF VR in the Security Breach map,
Yeah.
and there's Mangle in the Blob. It's kind of
Yeah.
sus. So, like, my theory was that what if Mangle was actually, like, an attraction at the Pizzaplex, but ended up going haywire and was scrapped or something?
Or was just
I can agree with
more
that.
mangled. Mangled Plus. It's the new streaming service.
Yes, yeah, that would be awesome. Imagine there was a FNAF streaming service called Mangle Plus, and it like had Fazbear Frights, like the mini series.
Like
That would be funny.
Mangle Plus.
like each episode is just a Fazbear Fright story. That would actually be. I'd actually love to watch that.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Yo, Scott
but
Kaufman,
anyway,
we know you're watching this podcast. You should reach out to us. We can give you royalty for that idea.
Yeah,
It's royalties, right?
pay
That
us.
is the right word. Or am I an idiot?
just pay us.
Don't
Just
answer
pay
that.
us.
Don't answer that. I'm not an idiot. Don't answer that.
Mangle Plus.
Mangle Plus. Okay, but my idea was since
up.
the vent repair from Mangle. What?
Not you. Not you.
Okay,
You're making me look crazy.
You're talking to no one. Okay, what if the Mangle vent
Plus
repair...
and chill.
What if
Sorry. Talk.
What have you done?
Mangle Plus and chill.
God. People are gonna like send like a fan art of that in your Discord.
You know they are.
Okay. Since the Mangle vent repair is in the security breach map, I was thinking maybe like that event could have actually happened like in the Pizzaplex, and it was actually like transferred into the VR game, and that could like be what this story is about. I'm 90% sure that that's not what's gonna happen, but it's just
I
an
would
idea
like
I
that,
had,
though.
and I feel like it would be pretty cool. Yeah.
That actually makes sense because you did play as a technician in that game.
Yeah.
I think we can agree, like,
And it's in a
This
really
is-
small space.
yeah, the small space is really what kind of gets me here. There's got to be some sort of events, I think, in this story, right?
Yeah, the only problem with that idea though is that in the security breach map, the Mangle vent repair is actually a lot bigger, so it's not a small space. But the vents themselves are still a small space, so it could be something like that. Who knows?
Mangle and mingle.
Mingle,
Mingle with mangle. I don't know.
Mangle plus and chill.
Oh no! Mangle,
mingle on my
plus
board?
and mingle.
Mangle plus mingle.
Mangle plus and mingle.
Mangle plus and chill. Mingle with mangle.
Mingle with Mangle plus.
Mangle.
All right.
God.
Any other thoughts
let's
about this
move on.
story?
I don't think so. It
All
does
right.
Room for
look.
one more.
It does look interesting though. Stop with the Fazbear Frights parallel.
Story number 3. All stories from 1:35 a.m.
Okay. So I think we should talk about this. So in the first set of Fazbear Fright stories, it was basically Eleanor causing most of the stories. What's causing these stories to happen?
Vanny.
Probably.
Yeah, but I'm not convinced on
Just
that
gave such a blunt
Yet-
answer.
because I mean, there's more like magical stuff.
46.
Ooh, magical death.
Which could still be Eleanor.
It's just
Yeah.
Eleanor.
No,
again.
I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe.
I still feel like Patient 46 is probably
It's
Eleanor.
not
but,
Map
like,
Bot.
it's like, but
Actually,
like, it would make more sense on
I want you to
their
talk about that because I mentioned that in one of the episodes, and the other 2 were like, or the other 3 were like, nah, it can't be Eleanor.
I don't
So,
think it's Eleanor.
talk about it. Talk about it. Why do you think it's Eleanor?
Well, mostly for the reasons that Matt Pat said in his final theory. Although I made my theory on it first. And I had the idea first, guys. It was all me. But anyway,
Well done, superstar.
Yes, thank you. Ozone possesses Glamrock Freddy confirmed.
Yeah.
Imagine that was canon. Wait, what? It is canon. Anyway, I said one of my biggest reasons was that it said that patient 46 likes what psychic.
What?
Psychic is sending stupid gifts. Okay, just leave them alone.
Psychic. What the hell?
Evan, say what you're gonna say. God.
Okay. It was because of the
Crazy.
It was mostly or partially because of the fact that patient 46 likes like hiding herself and pretending she's someone else, which matches up with Eleanor and also Baby in the novel trilogy as well, pretty well. And that was one of the bigger reasons. And I think it just like makes sense, kind of lore wise, if like, well, the Princess Quest ending, the image at the end, it seems to like represent or like be a rep. What's the word?
Red?
A reference. Reference. Why couldn't I think of that word? It seems to be a reference, at least to me, to Happiest Day from FNaF World, like the image with one person in the middle and then like with their arms around two people beside. And I think that like that happens when you go into the lake, and it's named Happiest Day in the files, and I believe Happiest Day to be for the bite victim, and it makes sense if that's like Mike and Elizabeth and Michael all reuniting, and the fact that it connects to like it matches up pretty well with that image in Princess Quest ending. If Michael was Glamrock Freddy, he's in the middle, and then Gregory's on the left, and he seems to represent the bite victim. And then Vanessa, like, if it doesn't really make that much sense if she really is Elizabeth or is to represent Elizabeth, but Elizabeth does seem to be like associated with her. So my thought was, since Patient 46 was said to like, it's really heavily alluding to the fact that it's the tapes are alluding to Patient 46 manipulating Vanessa. So my thought was, what if it's Elizabeth manipulating Vanessa? And it's like, okay, it doesn't really work that well under Stitchline Games. So luckily I don't believe it. Because I don't think Eleanor is Elizabeth in the
It's just kind of funny to me that you like have this connection, even though you don't believe the connection between the games and the books.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying Eleanor in the games would be different than she is in the book.
Yeah,
it would just be like Elizabeth in a new body.
I can agree with that.
And kind of doing something similar. And
there's definitely something going on with Elizabeth in like Vanessa and Vanny and stuff. Patient 46.
I just think it makes sense if Elizabeth is Patient 46. And she's like in some new form or whatever. And I think it would be really cool if she was the villain for the future FNaF games, or if like there was one game like Into Madness finally comes out or something, and it's about the arcade conspiracy, which is another idea I had.
Yeah.
And then like there's another game after that, and it's like the continuation after Security Breach, and after maybe Afton is defeated in the like the DLC if he becomes the Afton amalgamation, but again doesn't really work that well under Stitchline Games unless he's like being reassembled or something. I don't know, but yeah, I feel like Afton would be defeated in the DLC finally, and then it would move on to a new villain. I've been talking a lot. You guys, give me your thoughts.
I don't believe Afton is going anytime soon, but
totally not.
I kind of hope he is. Like, I want him to return one more time so that he could actually get a satisfying conclusion, unlike whatever the Afton ending was, because that definitely wouldn't have been a satisfying conclusion if that was really his death. So I don't think it would be. I don't think that is his death at all.
Totally not.
And Glitchtrap is still around anyway. I just want Afton to have a satisfying conclusion, and I think it would make sense if he appeared in the DLC as like combining with the Blob and becoming the Afton amalgamation, since the Blob definitely seems to be connected to the Afton amalgamation.
Okay, so I agree that if Eleanor was, or some form of Eleanor or Elizabeth or whatever, was some kind of Patient 46, that it wouldn't be connected to Stitch Games, obviously.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make sense. Eleanor's like dead or whatever.
Yeah. Trapped in a bad memory or something.
Which is, I don't know.
I still haven't read that epilogue.
It's sort of like,
How have you not read the final epilogue, Evan?
Yeah, come on, Evan.
Shut up.
No.
I read Kids at Play and I didn't like it, and then I didn't want to read Fine Player 2 because I didn't like Kids at Play, so I didn't have
2 was
motivation.
awesome. So was Kids at Play.
I didn't like Kids at Play. I liked Fine Player 2, but I read it a lot later, and then I
agree with Kids at Play.
I just haven't read the epilogues yet because I'm saving that for another video where I read all the epilogues again.
Anyway, I was gonna say
It takes a while.
it's whether or not I believe Eleanor is Patient 46 or if the games are connected to the books, and I think I more believe the games are connected to the books.
Yeah, I mean I understand why, but I feel like there's
Scott said so.
some stuff. Well, he didn't.
We're not getting into this.
Let's not get into this. I understand
Welcome everybody to
reasoning
Dark
why
Rooms
you would
Debates, where we
believe
fight
it.
over petty stuff.
God. I understand why you would believe it, but I also feel like there's some stuff that just doesn't add up. And yeah, but
Such as?
missing children incident, and Into the
What
Pit.
about it?
And
What about it?
It doesn't line up in quite a few ways actually. Hold
Okay.
on, let me find. Oh
You
yeah,
convinced me. I don't believe it now.
Okay. This is the Tales from the Pizzaplex video. Now I gotta explain why I don't believe Stitchline games.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
Because William stuffed the kids as he killed them. Anyway, they weren't outside of the bodies. Altogether.
I will say,
Anyway.
much like you believe, or you can see the other perspective. I can also kind of see your perspective of
Yeah.
the games aren't connected to the books, but yeah.
They're connected, but I don't feel like they're in the same universe.
And that's
Obviously.
completely fine.
Obviously,
Yeah,
they're connected, but
I just find it a little bit more juicy, and in some ways satisfying. But
All right.
yeah, it could be cool, but there's just some things that don't add up to me, and I'm probably gonna do my own video on that at some point.
fair enough.
All right then. I think it's about time we start wrapping things up. Any final thoughts?
Let's make a rap.
Mangle plus and chill, mingle with mangle. Somebody make a fan art of that.
Yeah, so I do
Make
want to
a
point out
cover
that
of
we
that.
have been getting a lot of fan art recently, and
Oh, nice.
we now have a Reddit where you can share your fan art and you can ask us questions, and we announce things there and stuff.
That is
It's-
ultra based.
it's very new, so there aren't a lot of posts yet. But
Based in this video.
yes, it is.
Wow,
which
I'm
is very
surprised
based.
with myself.
You've entered a new phase.
Yeah. I've
So,
had 3 different
join-
phases. What's the 4th one now?
Let me
What word do I
promote the
replace
Reddit.
it with? Okay, go ahead.
The Reddit is Reddit. Wait, what is it?
The Reddit is
Reddit.com.
Reddit.
Reddit.com/the Dark Rooms podcast, all one word. And then
Nice.
you can join in, you can talk, and it's cool.
It's chill.
Thank you for your fan art. It is sick.
It really is.
Add like a movie cover for Mangle plus and chill. Mingle.
Oh my
please, please make a logo. Make a stream service.
One of the movies is 50 Shades of Purple.
Yeah.
Please, I want to see this. Somebody make it.
Somebody
make
make
it.
an animation of this.
Ah, that would be sick.
Oh god.
Anyways, oh my gosh. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the Dark Rooms podcast. Thank you to Evan for joining us. No thank you to my
No
friend
problem.
who has made me look crazy throughout this entire
No, thank
video.
you.
Because you are crazy.
I'm not crazy.
And before the video.
And before the video, I'm not crazy.
You are.
Shut up.
Hey,
No.
we're all crazy. Do you fit right in?
Yeah, Psychic is just crazier than everyone, though.
True.
Anyways,
True.
I'm gonna end this video before I take more verbal abuse. Thank you so much for watching this video, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. Say bye, everyone.
Bye. Thanks for
Bye.
having me.
Bye.